Just sit down. Ask them to sit down on the ground, please. You two ladies, sit down because they cannot see from the back. Today, you all have gathered here to worship me as your Guru. I must say that I lack many qualities that a Guru should have. In the sense, I cannot be strict with you. I cannot be stern with you. And I really don't know how to punish you for doing wrong things. This may be because normally I think the gurus have problems with their disciples who are mostly not realized souls. As they are not realized souls, the gurus find it difficult to communicate or talk to them about the subtle problems that they have. I know of many gurus, even in modern times, who've been really very, very strict. And also they told me that they have achieved their realization by working very hard and by suffering under the strictness of the gurus. Sometimes I was really filled with great compassion for such disciples who haven't yet received their realization. They had gurus who were really realized souls, and they never had their realization. And the guru was extremely strict with them. There was one gentleman I met in Kolhapur, and he got realization in 1 minute. So he told me that his guru had told me to go for fast every month, at least for 8 days. All right. Then he asked me to build a temple of Dattatreya in his village. And every day he must go and worship Dattatreya in the morning time and in the evening time. He spent so much money. And still he didn't get realization. And while you hardly took 2 minutes to give me realization, Mother, what is this? How you have been so gracious to me. So I didn't know what to answer him. I didn't want to talk against his guru because I know he is a realized soul. Actually, most of these gurus and incarnations were very helpless with human beings. Perhaps they didn't have such beautiful disciples as I have. Perhaps at this time, all the good people who were seeking divinity are born, and they are here as Sahajogis. I never had to work very hard on them. Of course, once in a while, you do get a person who tries to trouble us, who tries to create problems. But modern times are so special, I think, that's very easy to give realization to people. At the time of Moses, he had made laws because of the decadent society of the Jews at that time. And that one was very hard, very, very hard, which we know today as Shariat, was taken over by the Muslims. And even now the punishments, according to so-called Quran, are so hard that you can't believe it. And most of the pressure of all their dharmic laws are on the women. Whatever it is, even in the Bible, if you read Christ, he has said that all those 10 commandments are nothing. You have to go beyond them. And he says, if your one eye is mischievous, is committing sin, take it out. What's the use of the whole body getting contaminated by that? Or if your one arm is doing something that is wrong, you better remove it. Because of one arm, the whole body will suffer. He said that, it is said that you should not be adulterous, but I would say that you should not have eyes in which for any woman you have desire, you have committed a great sin, and you'll all go to hell, all those people will do it. So you should not have adulterous eyes. Another thing he has said, that if somebody slaps you on one face, you should turn another cheek towards that person. When I knew about these laws, I said, how can you have such people in this world? It's a very subtle thing. And the last of all, which was very, very good, was that you should be righteous. Righteous more than all the scribes and all the Pharisees, I mean the priest and all this people. You have to be much more righteous than them. I mean, in early age when I read it, I thought, where can you find such people who can be called anywhere near Christ's description? It was inconceivable at that time. India is one place, as I told you, people are dharmic by their own, we can say, their own genes, you can call them, or you can say they are extremely dharmic because of traditions, brought up like that. In my time, in the South India and Maharashtra. I think we were very dharmic family and it was very dharmic atmosphere. Still, these things that Christ has described was not there. For example, anger was regarded as a great asset. People used to boast, "I'm very angry with that person." They used to say. Very common. Of course, I don't think in India anybody can say, "I hate you," because it's regarded something sinful and stupid. Because to hate somebody is being adharmic. But of course, they did say so many things that were not at all permissible by the laws of Christ. And then came Muhammad Sahib, who just found that nothing works out. So I think they adopted Shariat, but not Muhammad Sahib, but they had adopted already the Shariat. He accepted. He said, "All right, this Shariat can be worked out." But it is so inhuman and has no balance because only the women have to suffer, nothing to men. If a woman did adultery, then she was punished, but not the man. Even, I don't know what is the law here, but in India, if a woman who is married does adultery, such a man has to be punished. But if the married man does adultery, there is no punishment. All these things, I know, cannot be forced on anyone. Whatever Christ must have said, he must have said in his own meditative mood. He was surrounded by people who tried to kill him, and they killed him ultimately. And the kind of people they were, especially at that time, the Romans, extremely cruel. So how can he say that if somebody slaps you on one cheek, you turn another cheek to that person? Very angry, hot-tempered people were there. Krishna, of course, said it very clearly that krodhat vijayate samoha. His krodh is the worst thing. Anger is the worst sin according to him. Only from anger everything comes out. But he didn't say how the anger comes in. He didn't talk about it, that the source of anger was your liver and also your upbringing. These two things give you horrible anger. Unless and until you witness yourself, your realization has no meaning. You should separate yourself from yourself and see for yourself what is really wrong with you. Now, supposing somebody is a very hot-tempered person, instead of taking pride in it or using that temper to control others, he should try to control himself. How? First is the krodha. Anybody who wants to be a saint should know that anger, this krodha, should have no place. How do you do it? You first of all witness yourself how you behave. For example, I would say artificially you become angry, artificially. And stand before the mirror. See your face, how you look like. You'll be surprised. It looks like a face of a monkey or a tiger or I don't know what animal you must have been in last life. And then you are amazed that you are still carrying the traces of that previous life, that was whatever was the animal. Then the second thing would be, take out the anger upon yourself. As we have in Sahaja Yoga, we write down our own names and beat it. But should be that if you get angry with yourself, then you will see that you have won over your anger. Because angry people only torture others, they don't torture themselves. Of course, sometimes they feel bad, later on they feel I should not have done this, they develop a left Vishuddhi. But mainly, if you start getting angry with yourself, why should I have done this? Why did I do this? Why should I get tempted to this? You'll be surprised your temper will go down. And also, physically, you should see you have a liver problem. With that, you just face yourself and tell that I am going to get rid of this liver problem. How dare it become my enemy and stop my ascent in spirituality. So the witness state has to be developed. For a Sahaja Yogi, it is very important to develop a witness state. But normally what happens, that Sahaja Yogis develop a witness state for others. Now you know in Sahaja Yoga, the door is open to everyone. And some mad people also walk in. Some funny people also walk in. Some very bad charactered people also walk in. All kinds of things. So now you should see, what are you worried about? Are you worried about people who have problems, who are no good, for whom you cannot say that they will be Sahaja Yogis, or you are enjoying the people who have got Sahaja Yoga? This temper sometimes has made people really mad, I tell you. Can go into your head and can make you mad. And we have some mad people in Sahaja Yoga. We have still. But they have become so mad that now they are no more angry, they are no more troublesome, they are just mad, that's all. For such people you shouldn't worry. There is no need to witness others, witness yourself. And I sometimes feel that anger comes through too much austerity, too much of extreme nature also. Some Sahaja Yogis are extremely austere about everything. It's maddening. In Sahaja Yoga, everything is sahaj, is spontaneous. You are not to be austere. You should not be particular. I said, now it's not better not to wear a black sari or something, if I say so. Then it doesn't become a sentence from Brahma. Supposing then somebody is wearing a black sari and coming, you will all run away from that person. Or black clothes. It's not that. You are gurus yourself. Why should you be afraid of any kind of person who comes to you, whether it is black, white or any type? Why should you have any fear? The another side of temper is fear. A man who is hot-tempered always have fear because he sees himself in others. He sees that another person also must be having the same kind of temper and he'll attack me. So he is always on the protective. In a Sahaj manner, what we do is to live without fear. He said that wages of sin is fear. But I would say wages of anger. Those people who were very aggressive, say, for example, develop frights, all kinds of frights. Those countries who have invaded other countries and rule other countries and have got the experience of their ego, of their anger, become extremely frightened people. Especially the soldiers who go on the war, kill so many people and come back and they are frightened. I asked one of them in America, I said, what are you frightened of? He said, I feel that I have killed so many people, now so many will kill me. But I said, why do you think like that? Why should anybody kill you? He says, because why did I kill others? Why did I kill others? Because I killed others, so anybody can kill me, isn't it, without rhyme and reason. Logically I agreed, but his fear was so much that when he came in my presence he was just shaking, the whole body was shaking with fear. So, whatever aggression we do, boomerangs on us and we become very frightened about everything. In Sahaj, you witness yourself as a separate identity. All your past is finished, gone, you are not bothered. And you remain in a state which is fearless. This state has to be achieved through Sahaja Yoga. Very easy, once you know that you are protected, you will have no fear, and as you will have no fear, you will not have also temper. It works vice versa sometimes. It's a very common thing I have seen. A very aggressive person will be described by a psychologist as a man of insecurity. It's nice to say that, but it's not true. He makes everybody insecure, then how can he be insecure? If another person feels insecure with that person, that means this man is not insecure, but he is over-secured. If you tell him that, then only he will improve. But if you say you have insecurity, then he thinks, yes, my condition is pitiable. Even if I kill somebody, it's all right, because my condition is pitiable. Such arguments work out in such a manner that you become convinced about yourself. But if you see as a witness, you see, what have I done so far? Have I been able to conquer myself? Sahaja Yoga is not to conquer others or to control others, but to conquer yourself. If you have not done that, you can be self-certified, oh, I have been so yogi, I have been so great, I have been this, that makes no difference. Have you completely transformed yourself, changed yourself, and now, in your presence, do people feel secured? If they feel insecure, then something wrong with you. Or if you feel insecure, also there's something wrong with it. Now this excuse to give that, Mother, I am insecure, then you are not a Sahaja Yogi. As simple as that. Giving explanation like that shows you are not even a Sahaja Yogi. So now to become the Guru, first of all, you should have a great sense of forgiveness. So much so like Buddha's. Once Buddha was giving a lecture in a village. And suddenly somebody came in and started abusing him, saying all kinds of things and all that. Then somebody told him, "What are you doing?" "He is Buddha, the one who is enlightened one. He is trying to help us to become good, and you came and shouted at him." So he was repentant. He went to see Buddha, but Buddha had gone to another village. So he went to another village, second day, and he went and fell at the feet of Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha said, "What's the matter? Why are you falling at my feet?" He said, "Sir, I must say that I didn't know. You were the enlightened one, I just shouted at you, said things, I don't know what happened to me. So please forgive me." He said, "When did you say this to me?" "Yesterday." "Where?" "In such place." He said, "Yesterday is finished now. What is there to forgive?" Now, he came begging of his forgiveness, repenting immediately. He said, "Yesterday is over." That is one of the greatest qualities Sahajogis should have. To call yourself a guru, you must also have maturity. And the maturity part is sometimes very... Like yesterday in the drama, I was surprised when it took some time, some people came in when they were giggling just like children. It shows no maturity, no respect. Anything laughable is there, of course one can laugh. Any enjoyment is there. But shows such childishness, they are doing some drama, making fun of them. Very common. With Sahajogis I have seen, especially ladies, they laugh at things where they should never laugh. I am sitting there and you are watching something. What is there to laugh? Shows complete immaturity. Another thing I have seen is in small things, especially in money matters. It's very funny. I have to tell you this. Turkish people, our Sahajogis, have no money. Everything was stolen away from. So I said, all right, you send some shirts here and we'll sell those shirts, and extra money you can take it, because they would not take money from me. So when they sent the shirt here, they said that, "Mother, I don't know marketing." They said, "Mother, it should be $21, $22. Many of them said it is expensive. Then I said, all right, collect money from everyone, $22 each without giving any shirt. Finished. For Turkey. But a false guru takes money from you, you don't mind. Sahajoga is free, of course. No doubt, Sahajoga is free. But you have to contribute. How are we to run this Sahajoga? There's no sense of donation in you at all. For a guru, one must know how to donate. I'm surprised sometimes. There is no sense of donation. We got something, say, terracotta from India to help those people. And I was surprised that these Belgian women are so funny that they were telling everybody it is expensive. If they don't want to buy, they need not buy. Others were willing to buy, but these women were telling that these things are expensive. Where do you contribute for Sahajoga? Now we had to have this pendal. We had to have all kinds of things. What do you contribute? This attachment to money can never be good for a guru. I have no attachment at all. If you ask anyone, they'll tell. Even my husband will tell that. That from inside I am absolutely detached. I don't know also, I don't know banking, I don't know how to keep account, somebody keep account, somebody does that. But this attachment to money in Sahaja Yoga, I won't say like Christ that you will all go to hell, but you won't rise much higher. You have come for your spiritual ascent. I don't say you go to Himalayas, stand in the cold, stand on your heads, nothing of that. But the another defect they call in me is that I never tell them that you must contribute. It is to be done with pleasure, with happiness, that you can contribute something to Sahaja. In any case, whether you give it or not, I'll have to contribute for Turkey, no doubt. I'll do that. Now, this kind of a thing, as a market is there, this is expensive, this is cheap, that. This is just an excuse because I know you can never contribute even $20 for anything. So I bring their clothes. All right. They have stitched the shirt, sent it here, and now I am surprised. But if the free presents are given, it is very much acceptable. And nobody sees how expensive it is. So now I would say that on money matters, a guru has to be absolutely detached and giving and generous. You'll enjoy your generosity, but the problem is you are not generous at all. You think Sahaja Yoga is another marketplace where you are coming. So the generosity part is so much missing, and it's very surprising. They asked me that, Mother, please, we need some chiffon skirts and blouses for this summer. You stitch them for them, bring all the way. Nobody wants to buy, it's all lying there. There's no shopping here. So I'm going to tell you that as long as all these things are exhausted, I am not going to ask any country to send anything here for sale. To believe that you are Sahaja Yogi, you are sadly mistaken. Your attention so much. You will go to hairdressers, you will do all kinds of things, but for Sahaja Yoga you have no money. Today, as everybody has said, Mother, you should be little stern, you must tell. I am telling you this. Your progress will be very slow. Secondly, you have to introspect to find out what have you done for Sahaja Yoga. How many people you have given realization. You have powers. These gurus never had powers, though they were realized souls. You have powers to give realization. How many you have done it? And once you start doing that, you get about 10 people, 20 people from somewhere. You become great masters and you start talking about your great mastery and that you know everything, that you are the guru, you are the Adishakti. This is at the Agya level. As soon as you reach the Agya level, you get this into your heads. So many, of course, have done so much for Sahaja Yoga, otherwise it would not have been possible to see this today. For all those who have not done anything, I must tell you that you are just standing at the same steps. Your Kundalini has risen, but you have done nothing to give it to others. Unless and until you give it, you cannot go. There are many I know who don't want to give because they think we'll catch. Don't want to look after others because they think they'll get egos. This is not the way to be in Sahaja. You have to do something which is very important to spread Sahaja. We are talking of global peace, of global transformation. And what are we doing for it? First, improve your quality. And that improvement can only come through sincere, honest introspection and also witnessing yourself every moment, how you behave. I must tell you about myself that from my very childhood I was like a grandmother. I would not tolerate anything nonsense, any stupid jokes, anything, like a grandmother. And now I am a grandmother also. And this maturity has to come in. To talk cheaply is all right. Some people have that habit. They are no Sahajogis. But the ones who follow them and talk like that shows that they have no maturity. If they were matured, they would change all these people. Wherever there are matured people, they definitely transform others. And their own behavior, people are surprised how they are. This may be exceptional, maybe very few like that. But only thing why I am pointing it out to you, that when you find somebody like that, then please try not to listen to such a person, not to follow such a person. But such a person is extremely forward type. And everybody becomes sort of a follower of such a useless Sahajogi, so-called. So we have to mature. Now, how do we mature? Many ask me this question. We mature by meditation, by nirvicharita. You have to in thoughtless awareness to grow, otherwise you cannot grow. Now, you should practice this thoughtless awareness, otherwise also. Say you are walking on the road, suddenly you see a beautiful tree, you should become thoughtless. Creation of divine, how beautifully done, you should become thoughtless. In thoughtless Sahaj works, otherwise it does not work. You plan everything, you do everything, it won't work out. If you leave it to Sahaj, it will work out. But that never means that you should be lazy about it or also unsystematic. No. You have to be alert, extremely alert, because if you are not alert, you will not see how the Sahaj is helping you. I'll give an example. Supposing you want to meet somebody. Now that person has said, I'll meet you at 11 o'clock, say for example. You have to be alert. He said he'll meet you at 11. By some chance you are late, supposing. So you should be alert that you are late, the gentleman. At that time you should give a bandhan or raise your kundalini, do something so that you meet that person in any case, whether you are late or not. But normally you should not be late. If you just give a bandhan and say, I must be there at 11 o'clock, you will be there. Sahaj will help you. But you even forget to give bandhans. You even forget to raise your kundalini. You even forget to give vibrations. So to mature, first of all, you should know you are now Sahajogis and that you can control the whole situation if you are one with this all-pervading power. It's very simple. It was very hot. Everybody was saying it's very hot. All right. I got up. I said, I'll make it Within 15 minutes I made it cool. I say I made it, I. But it's not I. My connection with this all-pervading power has done the job. But the connection has to be sincere, strong, honest, and all the time in your mind you should know that you are connected. This situation is very simple to achieve, this state where you all the time feel, I am one with the Divine. Because you are not alert, you don't want to see the miracles of this great power which you are in connection. You are busy with other things. Your attention is somewhere else. You're looking at other things. And then suddenly you say, Mother, how is it I am such a Sahajogi, I could not do this and that. What's going on there? Even when I am speaking, I see people are busy with something else. So what you call is to mature through your meditation in nirvicharita, in thoughtless awareness. Unless and until you enlarge the state of thoughtless awareness, you cannot mature, because only in the present you can mature. And present is thoughtless awareness. And I have seen what is happening, that people are only expecting all kinds of miracles from Sahaja, all kinds of help from Sahaja. But they never think, what help are we doing? What are we achieving? Where are we? So at the Agya, again, you people have to be extremely, extremely careful. Now this is for men. If you have not crossed your Agya and you start spreading Sahaja, then you can become really a funny person, not a Sahaja. This leadership business is a myth. And this myth must be seen as a myth. Whether you are leader or not leader makes no difference. But the maturity has to come. Now I am telling all this because I have decided not to punish anybody in this lifetime. So that you see for yourself. Yourself you understand. Yourself you realize. I know you very well, all of you, somehow. But I want you to realize yourself. What are we doing wrong? Where were we doing wrong? And don't judge Sahaja on what merits you get out of it. If you are not getting merits, there's something wrong with you. If you can really understand this, then you will become subtler and subtler, and all your gross attachments will become absolutely negligible. You may have concern, but you won't have attachment. From inside, this complete detachment has to come in. And that can come, as I told you, getting rid of your anger first. Secondly, getting rid of attachments to material things by generosity. It's nice to give something to somebody. You enjoy your generosity. You really enjoy. Generosity is to be enjoyed. And once you start enjoying your generosity, then you realize that your love, your compassion has now started flowing to others. Little things are there. I've seen you all love me and you do want always to give me presents, all right. But this love must spread to everybody else. You must know about others also, what they need and what you have to do. If somebody needs something, can you get for that person? Can you love that person? Can you give it to the children of other people? Something that you have. If this generosity could be just, maybe, I don't know, because I don't have to force myself to be generous. Everybody says, Mother, you are too generous. In my family, everybody thinks I am very generous and a gone case. But I don't have to generate. But perhaps you people, through introspection, will definitely become generous. And this generosity will start flowing. I have known people who have lots of money, lots of things, but not one single pie they'll give to Swachh Yoga. Not one single pie. This sense of generosity comes when you understand what is your purpose of life, why you are here. Just to fulfill yourself with Sahaja Yoga, or to be able to do something about it without feeling that you have done something. In this, Christ has said very nicely, that he has said it, but where do you find this? That your left hand should not know with what your right hand has given. Should not have a trumpet, I. What Christ has said, to achieve that, you had to have realization, no doubt. But I would say 5th chapter of Matthew's you read. Such things so subtly did that you'll be surprised that how this religion in the name of Christ has gone on the other side of it. Now people want to be gurus because they think you have powers, that you can overpower others, you can say whatever you like to others, you can torture anyone you feel like. That has been before, I know. Gurus have been very cruel to their disciples also, I know that. Once I went to Ambernath and one gentleman came to see me, his name was Swami Jagannath. And he said that my Guru has told me that Adishakti is going to come to Ambernath and I will try to come at that time. I said, who is your Guru? So he told me some name. He was realized soul, no doubt. So he came down. He said, Mother, should he come to you or you will go to him? I said, see, I am a mother. I am not a guru. The gurus don't leave their places. Can you imagine? They call it takya. The guru should not leave his place. He should sit there and everybody must come to him. I said, I am the mother. I will go and meet him. So I met him. And the fellow who had come, this Jagannath fellow, I said, what's the matter with you? Why don't you open his agya? He's in so much pain. He said, who opened my agya? Why should I open his agya? I said, you are the Guru, you are the master. So what? My Guru never opened my agya. I had to fight my ego all the time, and that's how I got everything all right. I said, it's so easy to open the agya, why can't you open? So I turned his agya and opened it. He was very happy. He said, you are a mother, you do what you like. We are not going to do this. If you don't make them work hard for their realization, if you don't make them work hard for their development, they will never be all right. These human beings are like this. I said, not for me. He said, all right, you are a mother, so you forgive them, you do what you like, you try to transform them, help them, but not me. I said, all right, but he came at my feet and all that, and he said that you must praise. She's Adi Shakti, you must praise her. There for a short time. Then we were coming home. Then this Baba Jagannath tells me, Mother, thank God you have opened my agya. So I said, what happened? My Guru, when I came, he gave me 2 slaps on the face. I was running his ashram, supposed to be the Guru. 2 slaps, and put me upside down on the well. And all the time my feet were tied up to the rope which he used to lower down, again bring me up. So he put me again and again into the water 7 times. Then he pulled me out. I said, Baba, why did he do that? He said, I must tell you that I've been smoking sometimes. For that. But I said, he never gave you realization. You would be smoking in any case, that's it. He wants me to give up all these bad habits with my agya on. Now you have opened my agya, I'm all right. So I felt that the behavior of that Guru was very surprising. He says he beats us. He always beats us for anything, and we have to work very hard. I also know of some Gurus of the music also do that. And I met so many of such people who have been to very great Gurus, and the way I got the report was so shocking to me. That why don't they tell them directly that, see, this is wrong with you and this is how you should be. But the Gurus say that if you tell them like that, they'll never listen. They only know the beating. I said, Pa, what do you say? They only know beatings, yes. So the whole attitude towards the disciple is not of compassion, I felt. There are, of course, other Gurus also who take a terrible test of their disciples. Like as you see, Shri Ramadasa. This was nothing compared to what Raja Janaka did. They will test the person and then only give realization, and out of thousands to 1 only. That is how we've got so many false Gurus also, because they were all discarded by these realized souls. At this point, we have people who have got realization. When the real Gurus are like this. I met another one. He asked me, why are you giving realization to all these useless people? I said, why? And there were some Sajogis, he said, how many can give life for Shri Mataji? I said, why do you want to ask for their life? I don't want their life. See, this is the first question, he said. I have many who will give life for me, and he has not given them realization. So now, at this juncture, when we have people who are seeking, who are going to these Gurus, of course false Gurus you forget, but even real Gurus, they do not get their realization. Now you are capable of giving them realization. Just imagine. They have big, big ashrams and things like that. They cannot give realization. While you can, all of you can give. Now, it's like this, that if you put little light in a lamp, and it is just giving light to itself, nothing else. Suppose. Now you have to give light to others. You have powers. You can do it. You can really change people, you can cure them. But you will not. You will bring all these sick people to me. Mother, you cure. Even for realization I have seen, they bring people to me. What is the need? You all know how to give realization, how to cure a person. All of you know. Now why is it that you people cannot do it? Firstly, you may not be matured enough. But even if you are matured, you are not assuming your own powers. You don't believe in it. Humility is all right. But you must know what power it is. Supposing somebody is a king, say, and you put him on the throne. Now if people are coming, and instead of they touching his feet, he goes and touches everybody's feet. This is no humility. This is nonsense. Whatever position you have, you should try to do with humility, means through compassion. The maturity is this, that you should know that you have these powers, you should know how to preserve these powers, you should know how to grow in peace, and then when you meet people, you should assume inside, I may be a housewife cooking for my grandchildren, doing this, doing that. But once I am sitting on the chair, I know what I am. You may be anything. You may be a clerk, you may be dishwasher, you may be anything. That makes no difference. But once you are a Sahajogi, you are a Sahajogi. Then you must show your dignity. And not thrive on your weaknesses. You are much better than all these realized souls who have achieved their realization in thousands of years because you have so many powers. But their self-confidence and assumption is not with you. Some people say we are afraid of ego. How can you have ego? It's finished now. Even if you do some mistakes, doesn't matter. Mother, I touched my left foot, I touched my right. Makes no difference. Because of no self-confidence, you become austere in sadhana. If you are self-confident, then why should you be austere? It all goes together. First, you must mature. With that, you must have self-confidence. And without fear, you should spread Sahaja. Some have fear about themselves and some have fear about others. Also, it comes from your conditionings. from your upbringing. So today's Guru Puja is, in a way, very important. Because everybody said, Mother, you should be stern, you must tell them. I thought, all right, I'll tell them. But in no way to put you down, no way. But to tell you what you can achieve, to tell you how far you can go. You, so many are more than sufficient to transform at least 10 globes, 10 worlds, more than sufficient. But you are still involved in yourself, worried about yourself, only your children, your husband, this, that. Doesn't work out. As much as you want to grow, this power can give you that power. But problem that lies with us is that we don't know ourselves and we don't want to know ourselves. Today's Guru Puja should give you the state of Guru. If you want, it can work out. The all-pervading divine power of love is absolutely working it out. More than you, the divine wants this world to change, wants to transform the whole universe. Now you are the instruments. And if you try to cheat yourself, who can stop it? Just to enjoy music or to enjoy the company or belonging to some club or to feel that it's a nice festival or at the most to seek the security of your children and family and all that. It is not satisfying. It will never satisfy. It will only satisfy you when you will become the lights to give it to others, to work for others. And you have these powers, what I am trying to tell again and again, you have these powers by which you can introspect yourself, you can witness yourself, and you can surrender. Because mentally now you are convinced about Sahaja Yoga. Emotionally you are convinced that Sahaja Yoga has given you such sense of love and compassion. Physically you are convinced that Sahaja Yoga has given you good health and confidence about your health. Now spiritually you should be convinced, spiritually, that you are really spiritual people selected by the divine. That your last lives have been of great seeking, that's why you are born now and you are getting all these blessings. So assumption of your personality is important. Must meditate, you should go into thoughtless awareness, and all the time keep your attention alert. That is very important. When, what is the need, when something will come, how we have to react. All these things come to you when you are alert and aware of this all-pervading power all the time, every moment. I don't worry at all, never. Everybody surprises me. I don't worry. Why? My worry is taken over. People say, you travel. I never travel. I'm sitting here or sitting there. What is that? Where am I traveling? So you don't think on those lines. So thoughtless awareness is the first beautiful state you have to achieve. That will give you peace and a witness state to enjoy the drama of life, to enjoy the different varieties of people, while you will be growing within yourself. For a Sahaja-yogi, it is important not to see the faults of others, but your own faults and correct them. I get so many letters regarding some lady or some leader or somebody like that. That mother, this leader is troubling me, that leader is troubling me, this, that. I was surprised. I will change the leader as soon as I'll find something wrong. I've always done. Who is not suitable, who is in problem, is always done. But the way you put your attention to the leader is perhaps the jealousy part. If the leader says something wrong with you, you should thank him. Who is there to tell you? I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy that never such disciples existed for any guru. If I'm a guru, I should say that done, finished, overjoyed. But when I see that you people don't realize what you have achieved and you don't want to work it out, then I think of the parable of Christ that some seeds fell on the rock. All your affection, all your love. I know it is impossible to express what I feel about it. But you don't know why you got realization, why you are here, what is your speciality, what you have to get. You don't know that. And that is what you have to know. I don't say like Christ that take out one eye or take out one, cut out your hand, nothing of that kind. You be intact. Your body should be intact. Nothing is to be taken out. We need this body. But in a subtle way, what he was saying, that whatever part of your body is doing wrong, you should try to negate it in a subtle way. In the same way in Sahaja Yoga also. If there is jealousy, try to find out why you are jealous, why are you against the leader. The leader says a word to somebody, they immediately write to me. Why is he a leader if he has not to tell anything? Today, I think for the first time, I have been able to tell something to you, which I was hesitating, always. That let it be, just now they are still little babies, so on. But now, after this, you have to grow. Grow in every way. I just can't understand. Those who got realization without the power of raising the Kundalini are doing such a lot of work. And while you all have this power to raise the Kundalini, to cure people, and also to talk about Sahaja Yoga, you are so sensible. Still, where is your attention? I don't understand. Today's lecture should not really in any way hurt you, because I don't want to hurt you at all. Whatever is the situation, I accept. But if you don't want to accept that situation, what you should do, I have told. This will definitely, suddenly raise your spiritual height. Definitely. No doubt about it. It's very important to see for yourself what's wrong. After all, you are all seekers of truth for ages. But now you've come, you have found the truth. So try to identify yourself with truth, that's all. And with reality. If you identify yourself with truth and with reality, your sasrara is absolutely open. No problem. Truth is in your sasrara. And when the truth comes in, you are surprised that truth is love and love is truth. Pure love. It's very, very joy-giving. And all the niranandas you want to have, you can have if you understand this simple equation, that absolute truth is absolute love. I have no expectations. I must tell you, I am oversatisfied. As far as I am concerned, I think I have done my job. But now this has to be taken over. You have to be responsible. You have to work it out. I was so happy. This time, every place I went to, all the leaders said that, Mother, you need not travel now, we take the responsibility. We'll work it out. But all of you must support your leaders and do something about it. Sometimes leaders are really, they can't understand why people are having their own ideas about everything. You must go all out. For example, in our country, when we wanted to remove the slavery, everyone joined together to achieve it. While there are people who are trying to cut down the leaders, put them down, make fun of them from groups. Is this the way we are going to work it out? You all should support the leader. You should all go all out to do what the leader is telling. If something is wrong with the leader, I'll talk to him and I'll put him right, I promise you. But you don't try to find faults. As it is, all the leaders ask me before doing something. So you just try to follow the leaders, whatever the leader is saying. Absolutely put all your effort, because the complaints are that you people don't listen to them. I'm really surprised. Yesterday you saw he was playing sitar. You should have asked him what about his guru. His own father was his guru and he used to beat him. And then his grandfather also. But such desire to learn something, to be something, that they didn't mind anything. Beat me, do what you like, put me in jail, but make me a good artist. In the same way is Sahaja Yoga. Because there is, if you may call it a defect, Sahaja Yoga is not a military thing. It's just plain, simple, mother's love. And of course every mother wants her child to be great, to have all her powers. She wants that, no doubt. How she does it, how she works it out, is her own problem. But how you take it and how you use it is your own problem. I always bow to you people who have got realization, because I think so many saints were never there on this earth. But the saintliness has to be complete. Without that you cannot help even your family, leave alone your country, and no question of the whole world. So what is needed now is to raise your awakening, to raise your spirituality, to go into a realm of complete support and surrender to the movement of the spontaneous movement of Sahaja. May God bless you. In short, you must worship yourself. In short. All right. How's it? What? पुजारी को बुला लो, पुजारी को ये हटाओ।